Hello, welcome to Temelsan Kn HVCPLC Flash Butt Welding Machine Usage Video. We will first examine the use of the interface. The machine takes reference at the opening. After the reference process is completed, the operation selection page appears. By clicking on the globe icon, you can choose one of the languages from Turkish, English, German, Spanish, and Russian. Let's continue with the automatic welding and annealing operation that carries out the main purpose of the machine. If you click the Select Program from the List button, the program list previously loaded on the machine will appear. After clicking the line belonging to the dimension you want to weld from this list, it will be enough to press the button with the load icon to set your machine. The most easy part of the usage of this machine is program selection with a barcode reader. You can use your own stock program barcodes, or you can provide your barcodes to use the machine more effectively. As you can see, all moves on the machine are motorized, and it takes only a few seconds to jump from minimum size of blade to maximum size of blade to do the operation. This saves your time. Also, you do not need to make a test welding because the parameters you weld the last time are there and all are settled automatically. By this, there is no possibility of making a mistake. The welding current refers to the percentage of the transformer value to be used while welding. Currency value adjusted by the thickness and width of blade that we would like to weld. The only point that operators have to be sure is that during the welding, flash has to be continuous. In case of a break on flashing, this value should be increased. This value is the speed of welding operation, but it must be kept within a certain minimum and maximum range depending on bandsaw characteristics and dimensions. Bandsaws need a correct time to be melted enough for welding. Clamping pressure value can be settled as a pressure unit bar. The clamping pressure value has to be different for each width of blade. This gives you easy adjustment for the parallel clamping, which is important on welding and annealing operation. Upsetting pressure value can be settled as a pressure unit bar. The upsetting pressure value has to be different for each width of blade. Please check the approximately value from the list for the different width. The centering distance between left and right jaw on the welding ready position jaw gap distance changes related to saw width and thickness as a millimeter. The centering distance between left and right jaw on the annealing ready position centering distance changes related to jaw gap value as a millimeter. Please take a look on the list about blade size jaw gap connection. Temelsan flash butt welding machines have a special annealing process. The machine uses 3 different temperature sets and 3 different time sets for each temperature value. Annealing temperatures are dependent on the blade characteristic and mixture of base material. After operation, in case your blade breaks tear like a plastic, you should decrease the second temperature set value. In case your blade breaks like a glass, then you have to increase your second temperature set value. After you do any change on the program of blades that you weld, you have to save it. If you do not save it manually, it will not be saved automatically and you will lose these changes. Please click the Receipt button to get the program list screen. Then choose the program you want to save and click the Save button. In case you want to save it as a new program, then find an empty lot and click the Name button to text the name of the program. The keypad will appear and text name of your program, then click the Enter. You have to click the Save button to save your program. If you want to use that program immediately, then you can click the Load button and the program will be loaded on the machine. In case you do wrong selection of operation, you can click the Program button and choose the right operation anytime you want. There is welding ready and annealing ready buttons are always available to click before you press the start button for any operation. For example, you want to do only annealing operation with your setting of the program, then you can click annealing ready button, then the machine will move on annealing position. You can clamp your blade into the jaws to make only annealing operation and press the start button. This operation you will need to adjust parallel clamping of the jaws when you do size change. This is the only operation on the machine which must be adjusted manually. As it's easy to create, it's also easy to remove any program from the machine. You can click and select the program that you want to delete, then click the delete button. There is a safety for it and it will ask you if you are sure about it. If you click the confirm button, then the program will be deleted from the list. There is an alarm button that if you will click on, you will see the history list of alarms. In case there is any alarm on the machine, also you can see from this list and you can check from the user manual what that alarm means. During the operation after you press the start button, there is no any upsetting pressure to press the spindle group to the cam. For the bigger size blades which need more than 150 bars of upsetting pressure, there is an option to make first upsetting pressure which is lower than upsetting pressure set value on the program. This keeps the spindle always to follow cam to make your operation more secure. For the welding operation, when you clamp the blade into the jaws, there you can use double to clamp both jaws at once, or you can use single pedal selection to clamp the jaws one by one. As we explained before, in case you do some changes you have to save it manually, otherwise this changes will not be saved on your program. There were many questions when to service or replace the jaws with a new one. On this machine, there is an adjustable counter that will count your operations and it will give you a warning in case it reaches the adjusted value. After you do service the jaws, you can click the reset button to start from the beginning for counting. In case some alarm appears on the machine, after repairing the alarm it will be good to do referencing again. You can click the reference button, then to click the start button. While there is a yellow bar on the screen, please keep your arms out of the machine. When the referencing will over the home page will appear on the screen and you can continue to work. Also, you can do the only welding operation on the machine. At the home page you can click the welding button, then only the welding page will appear. As you can see, all parameters are about the welding side. You can set the parameters you want to use on the machine. Before you replace the blade you have to click the apply button, then the machine will move on the settings that you already set on the parameters. After this you can clamp the blade and click the start to make only welding operation. After welding, the machine will not move to the annealing position. There is possibility to do only annealing operation on the machine as well. At the home page you can click the annealing button, then only the annealing page will appear. As you can see, all parameters are about the annealing operation. You can set the parameters you want to use on the machine. Before you replace the blade you have to click the apply button, then the machine will move on the settings that you already set on the parameters. After this you can clamp the blade and click the start to make only annealing operation. After annealing, the machine will not move to the any position. After doing only welding and annealing operation, if you click the parameter button, then to create a new program, all the parameters that you use will appear on the screen, so you can save the parameters with the name you decide.